Welcome to the Brothers Banter podcast. This is Brian and little brother Donnie, which I think may be having some technical difficulties as we speak, as it were. So I will run my chops just for a few minutes while he gets situated. And this may be him coming. Oh, there he is. There he is, everyone.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
That's 2 times in a row right before it comes on. All right.
Man,
So
I reset I did everything I needed to do like I always do.
all right. Well, it's probably the
know?
cold. The cold's probably kicking in. That could
Let me
be
tell you
it.
something. It is definitely cold here.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
No coffee tonight?
No, I haven't slept very well. See your glass?
Huh?
Did you see your glass? The glass was like odd.
No, it's because some of it's green, so it's going
Oh,
through.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
like
that was
if I was tripping, that would freak me out.
that was my cold coffee. I was drinking.
Yeah.
I'll need it. I actually need another cup. So
yeah, I can't. So I'm gonna need to probably. Well, let me just tell you, New Year's Eve, I got up at 3 a.m. We left here at 5 a.m. Drove to Tampa. Got to Tampa probably 10:45, 11 in that area. The game starts at noon now, and I went down there. My absolutely amazing brother-in-law and sister-in-law got me and Wendy tickets to the Alabama-Michigan game, and which after not going to a game ever in my entire life, I went to 2 this year, which is amazing.
within a couple month period. So
yeah, exactly. So then we get there to my favorite NFL team's stadium, which I'd never been in.
Oh wow!
So there was a lot of firsts at this. We took an Uber, which I'd never done before.
Wow!
And then took a
What'd
Lyft
you take an Uber for?
back to the hotel.
Oh, for just the hotel, so you didn't have to park.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, it was going to be $40 to park, or $50 to park, whatever it was, and then you're in all that traffic, and it was just it was bad. It was bad. The traffic was horrendous, but just like it's downtown Jacksonville, same thing. But man, our seats were amazing. Our seats were comfortable. They were padded. I mean, it was nothing like when I went to the first Bama game, where you sat in bleachers basically.
Oh wow! Yeah.
I mean, and you only had about this much butt room, and of course, this Meredith butt isn't that small. It might have fit Arabella and Liliana. That's about it.
Unfortunately, the game didn't turn out like you would like.
It didn't. You're right. It didn't. But you know what? It was a fun experience. We were in enemy territory. We were on Michigan side, which it's fine. That doesn't bother me. But there were some good people that were there. They they didn't talk any trash. They rooted for their team, just like every time Alabama got a first down. Every time you're supposed to say, the whole crowd says "Roll Tide," and when they made big plays, there weren't many, but when they made a big play, I screamed just like I was. I mean, I didn't care if somebody was going to say something. Let them say something. I mean, it wasn't pretentious or anything. Michigan fans they're decent people. I give them props. I definitely do. So it didn't turn out like I wanted to. As soon as when I first got in there, I kind of saw how they were kind of lackadaisical. I knew it. I can always tell when they're not like up. They were 14.5 point favorites, man. You
Wow.
know, and they lose by 6. That's dumb. And I think Georgia's losing right now or have lost. I want to check that
Oh,
on the
that
phone.
started earlier today, didn't it?
Yeah, it started at 4.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been so busy trying to catch up everything since I got off work, so I had to rush and do a couple things, and it's been crazy.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, the Tammy. Well, we got the other air fryer that I was wanting, and she made Brussels sprouts. Um,
Okay.
and it was really the glaze that she got or made for it. Oh my goodness gracious! I ate the mess out of it.
Yeah.
I could probably eat those probably at least 10 to 12 cut up in half. I probably could have ate probably another 10 more.
Yeah.
It was that good. Um,
You should have.
well, yeah, I know. But isn't it kind of like a cabbage, right?
I mean, it's got cabbage features. They don't taste like cabbage though, not to me.
But
They're a little
it's
more bitter than cabbage.
yeah. I
Cabbage,
liked it. It was
you know,
good. It was really
yeah.
good. I didn't mind it at all.
I like them roasted, but you know, nobody else is gonna eat them here,
Yeah.
so I just don't make them. I don't. I tell you what I used to do is when I used to roast them in a pan and get them like I would put coconut oil in the pan and let them cook in that in the oven, a little bit of salt and pepper, and but then I would dip them in ketchup and, because it took some of the
I could see
bitterness
that
out.
being good, actually.
Yeah, they're definitely good. And I like
Yeah.
them crispy on the outside too.
Yeah, and this did being in the air fryer did have a little bit of crisp to it. It was pretty good.
Oh
So
yeah,
she done a really good job for me, and it was amazing. It was good. By that time, I had already done another um, podcast earlier, so I was doing that to try to hurry up and get ours ready and try to eat and all before we got started. And I'm like, literally, like I sat down here like at 7:32, 7:35, whatever it was, right before you had called or got on, and it was, man, I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know if I was gonna make it or not. But yeah. So anybody that's in or listening, the millions of around the world that are listening, make sure you drop in, say hi, and yeah. So how was your New Year's?
I dude, okay.
Did you
We
stay
left
up
the
for the
game.
ball drop?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yep.
Let me tell you, as soon as I hit, as soon as I laid down to watch TV, it was a
Really?
wrap.
Yeah, I can
Oh
imagine.
yeah,
That's a lot of traveling.
she's like you're already snoring. I was like, no, I'm wide awake. And all of a sudden it's 3 a.m.
That's a lot of traveling, though.
You know. Well, yeah, I mean, because we went from, I mean, got up at 3, left at 5. Actually, we left a few minutes before 5. Um, we hit both Bucky's on the way down.
Really?
Yeah, Bucky's had a decent breakfast burrito, man, or whatever it was. It was nice. It was big.
Really?
It was
Was it
I couldn't
packed?
eat it all. Not going down, but OMG, coming back up. I bet they were at the one in St. Augustine. Yeah, we went to one in St. Augustine. Oh my gosh, son, like it was like Times Square, man. That's
Really?
how busy it was. Oh gosh, I hate crowds like that.
Yeah, the one and
You
only
know, but
time that we went, it was so busy, I thought I was going into the Disney World parking lot. That's how busy it
this I
was.
can understand. Like,
Yeah.
Brunswick's getting one. They'll be open in June.
Just seems like there's not enough of them. They're too far spread out, I think. Right?
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, because from here, it's 85 miles from here to St. Augustine,
Yeah.
and then I think another 50 miles or something like that, might be 65 miles from that one is in Daytona. So,
Yeah. They're pretty strategic,
but
I guess, on how they put them out there.
yeah, I mean, I was gonna try to drive back that night. I would have made it. I was already struggling going.
Yeah.
I mean, that morning going to, you know, and I didn't have coffee because I don't want to. I mean, I don't want my stomach to be jacked up and having to stop, but it was jacked up, so that's why we stopped at both Buc-ee's because one, they're clean,
Yeah.
you know, and but it was it was decent, you know. We stopped at a couple of Dollar Trees on the way back, you know, making that little swing
Yeah.
and everything. So yeah, man, it was, but it was decent. We had a good. I mean, but as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was done. I was wet. It was cold. You know, it rained on us. Like it was 20% chance of rain, and it only rained
On the stadium.
on the seats that I was in. It seemed like. I mean, it was. I've never seen rain like that in person on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, most people get out of the rain.
Did they play in
But
the rain?
whoo, say again.
Did they play when it was raining that hard?
Oh yeah. They played. Yeah, they didn't stop playing. It wasn't lightning or anything like that. It was just a massive downpour. Thankfully, my smartest the smartest person in the world that I know grabbed ponchos and because I was like, yeah, there's only 20% chance. Don't worry about it. But man, let me tell you, I am so thankful that she grabbed those ponchos out of the car and brought them along because we'd have been wet rat.
You'd have been up a creek.
Man, let me tell you,
And it would have been, yeah, it'd have been to the bone. You'd have been cold. You
I'd have
wouldn't have been
been
able to get comfortable.
miserable.
Yeah,
You know, my feet
that's
were
awesome.
wet because you know the ponchos didn't go all the way down to my shoes. You know, but it was a fun time.
Good,
It was a fun
good deal,
time. So, how
good
about you?
deal.
Did you make it?
Um, yeah, I mean, I stayed up. Tammy didn't. She went to bed like at 11:10, 11:15, and then
Man, you could have stayed just a little longer.
yeah, no. So right when it had like 25 seconds before the ball was dropping or whatever, I went in there with my phone, showed her that it was dropping, and then when it dropped, I gave her a kiss and then let her go back to sleep. I was watching a series on I think how you pronounce it is Griselda, the girl I was telling you about that was basically they called her the godmother of cocaine back in
All
the
right.
day with Pablo and all the other cartels, and she played a big role. And no, it was pretty interesting. I mean, it only had like six six episodes, so I watched straight through it.
Oh yeah,
But yeah, it was pretty good. Um,
that's cool.
my other one that I got to watch is Billy Bob is phenomenal on that Landman.
Yeah, we're
That's
watching it.
you are watching it?
Yeah,
Are you
yeah.
caught up?
No,
Okay, I won't say
we're
anything
only
then.
in we're only in either two or three.
Yes,
I'm not sure which
yeah,
what we're in.
I caught up with the latest one and it was amazing. But
Yeah,
I think the way Billy Bob carries himself in the whole thing, he does a
his
really good job.
one-liners are hilarious in this show, dude.
Yes, yes,
They are hilarious.
he is on
Like
point.
he is.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
Now we're watching a show. Oh boy, I'd be wrong if I said it. It's a I want to say Fire Country. I might be wrong.
I think Tammy
It's
watched that.
about
There is one called Fire
so,
Country.
okay, so it's on Netflix.
I don't know. She watches her and I think Liliana. I think Liliana watches it with her, but yeah, I'm not. I'm not.
Is it about
Uh,
California Fire Department
yep.
and they have inmates?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, that's it then. Fire Country. Okay, well, pat myself on the back. I did know that one.
It's. I mean,
That's a good show.
yeah. I started watching a little bit. When we were at Jennifer's house. I started watching a little bit, and I just didn't get into it. I think we had other stuff going on, and I got caught up with a
Yeah.
different series, and so. But it was, I mean, it was probably if I got into it, it'd probably be really good. I don't know. Yeah. You know how I am with the whole podcast deal. Would oh, Tammy put Paramount Plus.
Uh, is it?
I don't
It
know.
might be. I, typically, uh, Wendy will turn it on. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
she started watching it, and she's like, you want to go ahead and try the first one and just see how it goes?" I was like, "I mean, you're way too far ahead." She's like, "No, I don't mind watching it again." So she clicked on it, and I yeah, I mean, I'm hooked. You
Yeah,
know,
that's how I am with Landman. I told Tammy I'd wait on her, and there was another one that we were getting into, but yeah. So it being New Year's, technically, I mean it's right there at it. We're the second day in. Of course, some of us had to go back to work that didn't really want to go back to work. Um, so what you got any New Year's resolutions or anything like that? Or
I'm not gonna do the whole new year, new me bull crap. You know,
yep.
I I am so Wendy and I talked about it on the way back. You know, we're going to be a little more intentional uh with our how can I say it? Not diet per se, because you know I hate the word diet. But a little more intentional with our health. Let's put it that way.
Gotcha.
And we both have doctor's appointments later this month, and we're just going to be uh, doing some specific things. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say my goal is I'm going to resolve to drop 100 pounds. Would I love to drop 100 pounds? Of course, but it's unlikely. But we're just going to be um, intentional on what we're doing,
Gotcha.
and I'd like to. There's some other stuff we have going on that we can talk about offline, but it's it's all good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can be better at everything.
Yeah, well, I put a challenge out there for some things. So one of the things I don't know, I put like a 14-day challenge out there. So it's not necessarily a resolution. Resolution is almost like I look at it as a year-long type commitment thing. So I figured 14 days, if you could do just a little bit at a time. One thing that I like doing every now and then is, let's say today is the second. So I will commit to do a full month of Proverbs. Proverbs is 31 chapters long. So I'll commit
Right.
to do one a day. Um, and that's one of the things I'm doing for this month. Um, but I'm getting into exercise, and that's mainly, yeah, I think exercise and stuff like that's good, for the family and all that. But yeah, it was mainly my main thing was for me to have something to do with my oldest daughter that likes to, she's into weightlifting and stuff like that. So I wanted something to do with her, and that's the way I guess to kind of get the whole family in doing the same thing. So
That's cool.
that, and I'm going back to my diet that I've totally killed since Thanksgiving. Ever since Thanksgiving, man, my wife told me, "Oh, just try it. It's Thanksgiving time," and I just flushed that whole thing down the toilet after I started trying everything. I
Well,
fell off the
I mean,
deep
listen,
end.
that's what holidays are all about. Is you kick the diet to the wayside and just
Oh,
mind you.
I did, and now I'm like, is it me or is these pants getting a little bit tighter? And now I'm
Well,
like,
it's both.
yeah. So yes. So anybody out there that is listening, and I know a couple people out there are listening that we personally know. So make sure that anything that you would like to change, maybe a resolution, maybe not a resolution, maybe a challenge that you got for yourself, make sure you drop it in the comments and yeah, let us know. Yeah, so the resolutions, yeah, I never been a big resolution fan as far as saying, I'm a go on a diet. And I thought by like on the first day that I would see all these people in the gym. And it's not necessarily so. It's almost scarce in there. And people probably like, yeah, I don't care. I'm just gonna.
Well, I bet what it is, for the time being, one, it's middle of the week. They're going to start Monday.
Yep. Finishing
I
out
can
their
assure you
vacations
that,
and
that
stuff like
it'll
that.
be filled up Monday.
We're definitely
You know,
going to
because
see
that's
for
how
sure.
that's when it all starts. You know, and and you won't be able to get on a machine.
Yeah.
And when I was serious about it, and wrestling all the time, and uh, I used to hate the first of the year. Because you had all these new people coming in there, and they don't have. There's no gym etiquette. Leaving sweat drippings on the
That's
on
what
the
I'm talking
machines or on
about.
the. I mean, just I'm like, hey, come on. So as soon as all the biffs and the muffies go away, then the lunkheads can get in there and start doing it again.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
still gonna. I think for my cardio, I'm still gonna walk. I enjoy going outside and walking, not being on a treadmill where you go nowhere. I like enjoying the outdoors, unless it's going to be raining. You know how Florida gets. When it's closer to summertime. Would
oh, I do.
if I'm still in the gym, then that makes sense to go to the gym and do cardio inside if you can't go outside. But other than that, I want to
Yeah.
make sure that I do that. But yeah, I mean, I seen how a lot of people it's fads basically. They'll do it long enough until the newness wears off, and then they don't want to do it no more. They don't want to have to watch what they eat, and that's the biggest thing about us Americans, man. We don't what we eat stuff that other countries like. Yeah, I'm not so sure I'm going to try that. So yeah,
There's a Facebook page where Brits, Britain kids try certain
yes,
foods.
yes, I've seen
Have you
that.
seen it?
Yes,
They've tried like Kentucky Fried Chicken,
yep,
or Popeyes, and they try just other stuff like biscuits and gravy.
yeah.
And they
The
call it scones and gravy or something like that.
Yeah, the guys that their YouTube channel, they now go all over the US, and they now try different US foods. So they try, barbecue and all for the first time, and they even went into a Sam's and tried the pizza and some other things that they had there, the pretzel and the pizza and the whatever. And yeah, so they go from place. Bucky's was one of the places they went to.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
So there was one place they went, and they were about to eat brisket with a knife and a fork, and the guy comes over and snatches, or eating ribs with knife and a fork. The guy and the cook or the owner comes out and snatches the knife and a fork. And says, "You don't eat those. You eat with your hands."
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But
That's something I would definitely like to try, just go around trying food. I love food.
I mean, I yeah, that's one thing that we're good at, and that's
Yeah, if there
eating.
wasn't a negative downside to it, that's the biggest thing. Because me, I could, man, if my God, can you imagine if you didn't have to pay for the calories and all the excess? Of course, your bill would be so high too. Of course, I think our grocery bill's already high as it is.
Oh
Um,
my gosh, I know ours. I know ours is horrible.
so yeah,
Yeah, and we shop at Sam's. I mean, we get stuff that should take us, I don't know, at least 2 weeks to eat. But then, I don't want to talk about it. It's
yeah,
terrible.
talking about food, man,
Yeah,
that's the
eat two
best
pounds
part.
of pasta at one sitting, and yeah, it's just crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But
Well, the past couple
what else we
days,
going what else
since
we gonna
we
do?
every year, me and Tammy try to get one different thing like that we can use around the house. Maybe it might be an appliance or whatever. And this year we've been putting off for the last probably 2 or 3 years an air fryer, and we done that, and we've been trying a little bit of everything. Matter of fact, we liked it so much we got a second one, which is even bigger than our first one, and that came in today. That's actually what she done the Brussels sprouts in.
Brussels sprouts and what?
I just had Brussels sprouts. I told her, I said, I want to try that. So she said, well, I got this recipe. Let me just try it and see if you like it. If not, we'll just try a different recipe. And because we had got like a big bag of them. I don't know if it's through Kroger or Sam's or what, but tried. It was really good. The past couple of days, probably past, not today, but the past probably 4 days, I've been eating chicken wings every day. And the Sam's chicken wings are, I mean, they're huge.
And they're frozen, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to thaw them out?
No, I put them straight in the air fryer like that. But I put them in there
for how long?
For 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
At 375, and they get crispy. So when I bite into them, and at first I wanted to make sure that they were getting cooked all the way through. They said it needed to be 165 on the inside, so I put the prong in there and made sure, and it was like 190 something. So it was good, but it had that crisp on the outside, and it was amazing.
What'd you put on them?
Well, here's what I've been doing. So I've been taking a gallon freezer bag, and whatever I want mix-wise, I'll squirt a little bit of the sauce in there, whatever it is, and mix it around, then dump it on the plate, and it's perfect. So the first time I tried...
Before or after you cook them?
After I cook them.
Okay, so you don't cook them with the stuff on it?
No, I spray them down with olive oil with a spray. I put garlic salt and pepper on them. That's all I put on them. Put them in there 40 minutes. They crisp, I guess, because of the olive oil being put on them. And then I pull them out, put them straight into a gallon bag, and then squirt. So the first one I tried was the spicy garlic from Buffalo Wild Wings. That was probably the most wow of the I like Buffalo, but it's like way out there. That was good. Then I tried the Asian Zing from Buffalo Wild Wings. That was pretty good. And then I had tried it before, but evidently not fully. I tried the mango habanero, and it goes in, it tastes sweet, and it's got this good little warmth to it. And then within seconds, that turns into full-blown heat. And it was so bad. And I only made 2 wings like that. And it was so bad, I took my glasses off, and I could swear my eyeballs were sweating. And I'm like, oh, my goodness. And I tried just eating a regular spicy garlic sauce wing right behind it, and that just made it worse. It took it to a whole different level.
Try it with Olive Garden's salad dressing.
Well, I ate that. Now I had that today for lunch. That's what I put on my my salads.
Yeah, you try your wings with that.
Yeah. Now they do have another one that's garlic parmesan that they have, and Tammy does have that. She's tried that. She doesn't like anything on the bone, so she gets the tenders and air fries them, and she mixes that in the garlic parmesan, which it tasted pretty good to me. But that got a big bag of fries because we had my son and all his family over, and we just had 2 of them going at once. So yeah, it was very good. Huh? Yeah. Well, that's the whole thing about food, man. I love food. What can you say? I could just sit there and eat that stuff. So yeah. Are you okay?
No, I was reading something to see if there was another game on, but there may not be.
Oh, I'm just not keeping your attention good enough. You have to go looking for a game and all that stuff. I mean,
you got something else to talk about there, buddy boy.
Oh, besides food, that's my favorite subject.
Well, I know that, but I mean, there's we don't. I mean, look, I already had, you know, horrible hamburgers today. They were so dry, dude. Like you know that the burgers aren't going to be good when there's no flame, you know, popping up because
Yeah.
of the fat burning off. You know, and it was just yeah, they were just terrible. We won't buy them again. They were the sliders from Sam's. You know,
Yeah.
they're you know that big around or whatever, and they were just. So I baptized mine in pig sauce, and it just wasn't just just
Pig
terrible.
sauce. Ugh.
That's the best.
No, it's not, man. I
That is
do
the
not
best.
like that
And
sauce.
pig sauce is the
It's almost
absolute
basically
best.
water and salt. That's basically what it
No,
tastes like.
no, it's not. It's vinegar and some other spices
Ugh.
and you know, like dude. Okay, if you go to the pig barbecue, okay, and you get uh when I go, which ain't very often, you know, like I ain't been in probably a couple of years, but when I go, I always have them bring me a bottle, just like we do at European Street Cafe, okay, and I saturate my sandwich with that sauce. I do every bite. I squirt it
Oh
on
my
every bite.
gosh.
Oh man,
And
I
that's
could drink that
almost
stuff,
pure
dude.
salt anyway.
I mean, I don't have that kind of problem where I get a headache from it. So
Yeah, well,
you should
mine
taste my
is
popcorn.
it's weird. Ever since I've been air frying wings and you'd figure the hot sauce I'm eating, ever since I've air fried, I haven't been getting a sodium headache. That I know that sounds weird, but
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous.
yeah. So
But
I
you're
mean,
eating salty,
because the sauce is the where the sodium comes in anyway, and
right?
but I haven't not unless something's just changed chemically in my body. I haven't been
Mm.
knock on wood. I want to say that and get a headache, but yeah, knock on wood. I haven't had that problem. So anyway, okay, we'll move on. We'll move on because you know you don't like to talk about that, but
No, I love talking about it. It's just, I mean, it's just gonna make me hungry,
yeah,
you know. And
because you didn't have a good lunch or a good dinner.
oh
That's why.
yeah, my dinner was. We had the best thing about it was Kraft macaroni and cheese.
I
You know what
like
I'm saying? I
Velveeta.
mean, we didn't have any bread on the burger, but the macaroni and cheese was the best part of the meal. I mean, it was legitimately it was so dry. It was like Sahara Desert in my daggum mouth. You know, so
Yeah, well, I
um,
typically if I'm gonna eat wings, I'll get the Italian sliced bread from the Publix deli, and will eat that. And I bought 2 of them because I thought a lot more people were gonna eat more of them yesterday when we were having wings, and yeah, I got almost a whole loaf left over, and
did
I started my
did
diet
you do
today, so I didn't eat it.
did y'all do the luck meal, black eyed peas?
Oh no, I've never
Yep,
done that in my
I
life.
no. Oh,
Huh?
why you unlucky? No, I'm just kidding. Um, yeah, this first year I didn't do it because I've never been like out of town for for this holiday.
Yeah.
So typically I'll do black eyed peas and rice, some sort of green, whether it be uh, collard greens or
Salad.
turnip greens or cabbage, and then some sort of a ham or
So you got some
um,
major gas going on then.
no, I didn't do it.
Oh, you didn't do it. Okay.
I wanted to, but I didn't. I mean, we'll just see how it goes. I mean, if it bees that way, it bees that way, right?
Yeah.
You know. So I don't rely on luck anymore.
Yeah. Well, when
Rely
you
on
get
him.
when you get older, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that you did when you were younger. You're like, whatever.
Well, there's going to be this June is is the big one.
Is what? This June. What does that mean?
Yeah, my birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh, big six. Oh,
Ooh.
wow.
Son, that is going to be. Mm.
You ain't gonna know what to do, man. I guess I'm gonna have to wheel you around in a rascal.
And that's all fine and dandy because you ain't that far behind me.
I'm gonna put the. I forgot. Was that on Sopranos or who was it? No, that was on a movie I watched about Gotti. He was feeding one of his guys that got cancer or something like that, and he was basically feeding. He was in a wheelchair, and he was feeding, like he was digging out the cone and then putting it in his mouth. Yeah, I'll do that for you.
No, you won't.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
He was sitting there, just he had it all over his lips, and he was feeding him that way. He would eat a little bit, and then he'd hand him a little bit. Yeah, yeah. Donnie's sitting there blowing bubbles, and
I mean, well, let me tell you, my Keith,
yeah.
he's going to retire this year.
Wow,
How
wow.
about that? I mean, man, me and him just seemed like it was just yesterday.
Yep.
Just
Tells
be
you
an idiot.
how fast life goes by, bro.
Man, let me tell you, what's the song? The days are long, but the years go fast.
Mm-hmm.
Because wasn't it just April, and now it's almost. I mean, it. Let me tell you, as soon as Labor Day gets here, man, it is boy, it's
Mm-hmm.
gone. And I don't know. I mean,
Yep.
look, I've outlived my father by 10 years. You know, it will. Well, if I make it to 60, I will have outlived him by 10 years. He was 50 when he died.
Oh wow.
You know, yeah. So, but I mean, listen, he smoked um like a fiend. Let me tell you. I mean, he smoked.
Chain
I
smoker.
bet you. Oh, if he didn't have a cigarette in his hand every minute he was awake, it was every other minute. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it
Wow.
was. Oh my gosh, it was terrible. Like it, he probably smoked. I bet you 3, maybe 4 packs a day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was rough. He and then he would he was like, hey Donnie, I'm on a diet. I was like, yeah, what kind of diet, Dad? He's like, well, um, what are those replacement things? The chocolate shakes, Slim Fast. I'm
Oh
on a
okay.
Slim Fast diet. And of course, my cousin Richard calls up and he goes, "Hey, I went and saw your dad today." I was like, "Yeah, what's going on with him?" He goes, "Well, he's on a diet, but he's eating a hoagie with 2 Slim Fasts." I'm like,
That's awesome.
I called him up like, "Yo, listen, Dad, you can't be you can't be doing that, man. I mean, you can't. That's a replacement. It's
Yeah,
not
that
it's
helps.
not a
Yeah,
dessert,
that's like a
And
little extra
so
boost.
and it wasn't much longer that he was gone. Like
Yep.
this might have been, you know, let's see, passed in 1990, so this was probably late '89, and he passed in March of '90.
Oh wow.
So I mean, I'm like, you
That was the
can't
year I
be.
graduated.
There wasn't
Yeah,
like, look, man, you can't be doing that. That's not what it's for. It's a replacement.
I got you, bro.
So what else is going on?
Uh, um, not much of anything actually.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we were scheduled. Let's see. I thought I had something else on here, but evidently I misplaced it. Other than all these, I get a buttload of crypto stuff that keeps popping up.
Oh yeah, we were supposed to have a guest on today, but it didn't happen. But I'll make a visit tomorrow and try to get that set up. And for next week, you know,
I did, and you probably know, I don't watch a lot of basketball or anything like that, but do you watch any basketball at all?
not pro,
Okay, well, this isn't
because if
pro.
I ever get a glimpse of LeBron James, I'll vomit.
No, it's not nothing like that. So I've been here on and off here lately. Been watching clips of Caitlin Clark. You know who she is?
Oh yeah, she's amazing.
WNBA.
Very
Yeah,
talented.
they said, yeah, she is very talented. And I don't know if you remember before she even made it to pro, she made it to pro in 2024. In 2024, she's also Rookie of the Year. Rookie of the Year did not make the USA team.
Because there's a rule that rookies can't be on the team, on the Olympic
Well,
team.
now they're saying it was the USA coach that did not want
Oh,
her.
really?
That she has so much backlash. Well, back in the day when I first heard about it, it was, you remember, there was a rivalry between her and another girl. Her name was, I think, Amber Reese. And do you know what I'm talking about?
Reese.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Okay. And she went up to her in the game and went like this, and that was a big stink, media stink and all that. Well, she done that, and then in the same game, she followed her around the court, was doing like this, like she's going to win the ring, for the championship. Well, they did for that year. That was two. Okay, so she became pro this year, so it was 2 championships ago. So they came back and met up again, and Caitlin Clark just took him to school. She had 41 points in that game. Anyway, so
she's the Michael Jordan of women's basketball, dude. I mean,
so
she's the GOAT.
Yeah, but she is getting so much. People are hating on her so much, like chin music every single game.
You know why?
Because she's good.
Right.
Oh, well, I get it, but like even the coaches that are even white and all that are after her. They don't like her. The one girl that considered, I don't know if she's white, she's Latino, whatever, but there's one, I forgot her name. I don't know her name, but anyway, she was considered the GOAT of the WNBA. And she played against Caitlin Clark this year. Head on. She wouldn't even say anything to Caitlin Clark at the beginning of the game. Well, do you know the phrase break their ankles? Or if somebody they break their ankles?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She done that to the GOAT. Caitlin Clark done it to the GOAT. She was going down the car and she went like this, and when she did, folded her ankles over.
I love it.
And they ended up beating her, and that was, and all these people have such hate and disdain for her. Okay, so Angel Reese is now, and I mean, every time you turn around, she made comments like, the only reason people watch this isn't because of just one person, it's because of me too. It's like everybody's threatened by her.
Mm-hmm.
And so Angel Reese,
she's also a good person.
Yes, she's a very good person. And what gets me is she reminds me, and I'll tell you why. She reminds me a lot of Tebow. The reason why I say that is because of how much hate and everything Tebow got from the media, from his haters. But yet he could still focus on the game and perform. Same goes for her. She can take all that hate, she can get bumped into, knocked down, hit in the head, and all that stuff, and still throw the penalty shot, still win the game still. And it's not like she's a ball hog. She had the most assist, the most, and all that stuff. So she's not just holding it for herself. She's spreading it around to her teammates and letting them make the plays. And overall, a great ball player. But anyway, so her rival, her nemesis, Angel Reese, is, if I'm not mistaken, just got fired from her team.
Oh, did she really?
Yeah, they were saying that the amount of points, so that, you know how they can do like a tracker. And what they done is they took a tracker of when they played each other, that Angel Reese, all her shots that she tried to make, and there's a whole bunch of red shots, and it was inside the paint. Okay? Are you listening to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And she only
inside
had
the paint.
Yeah, she only had a couple green shots from inside the paint, and that was all she had. Then they showed Caitlin Clark, all of her shots were in the paint, outside the paint, but guess what? All of her were glowing green from making the shots. And they're just in two different categories. They're not in the same league. I mean, they are in the same WNBA league, but
I know what you're saying.
Their game is not the same. Yeah, it just killed me, Alan. You know, and people do that even to this day with Tebow. Constant haters.
Yeah, yeah. You know, that's just how our world is. When somebody hones their craft and they're a good person,
Yeah,
it just, like, Dennis Rodman is probably the best rebounder ever. But because he's not a good person, because he dressed the way he did, because he dressed in a, because he dated Madonna and they dressed him up in a wedding dress, and that, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
yeah.
because he's eccentric, he's not accepted per se.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I get it. She's the best at what she does,
Yes.
and it doesn't matter if you're white, black, Puerto Rican, Asian, whatever. Just hone your craft, be the best that you can be, and you'll get accolades for it. I mean, the only accolades that Angel Reese has is basically her not eyebrows, but eyelashes are too long. That's the only way she can probably even dunk, is because she flutters her eyelashes and it's like a butterfly, and she goes up and dunks.
Yeah.
It's just it looks dumb.
It drives me
on
nuts.
Top of that.
The whole thing about them
I can't
ganging up on Caitlin Clark drives me nuts. It's insane. All right, so we're gonna bring this one to the close. Bring it on in.
Bring it on in.
All right.
Bring it on in. So hopefully we have our guest next week. I'll know tomorrow and everything. I don't see anything that says your girl got let go.
Yeah, it's in I'd have to pull it up, but yeah, they're showing different things are showing that she actually got let go.
Well,
I don't know where I'd have to pull it up.
Because
she should. You're right.
She should have been. When you're not a good person, when you're trying to be the face of anything, the face of any kind of league, okay, then you've got to be a good person on top of that, because you are putting your face out there.
Yep.
Just like Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Okay. He was the face of the league. Not just the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, not just New England, but the league.
Yeah.
And he was a decent guy on top of that.
Yeah.
They didn't give nobody gave Tebow a chance to do anything. He was just in the wrong position, or I mean, if he'd have just if Tebow would have just maybe taken fullback or tight end like he came back to do when he came to the Jaguars, he might have played in the NFL a little longer.
Yeah.
You know, but he wanted to be quarterback, and that's fine. That's fine. But he's doing things now that, you know.
He's still making some money. He's making bank big time.
Oh, of course he is. And I mean, he's got nonprofits and everything else that he's doing, and I'm sure I'm sure his SEC contract is heavy.
Yeah.
He's still getting paid from the NFL because
Yeah.
his contract was guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so yeah, he ain't hurt for money, dude.
Yeah.
Plenty. So.
All right, buddy.
All right. Well, that's it, I guess. We didn't have a whole lot of interaction with anybody, except Tammy.
Yep.
But
That's okay. We'll get it there.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. If we're gonna be on my side of town for a minute tomorrow, aren't you?
Yep. So.
Might see. I'm not sure yet. I got to go to another area.
Okay.
You know. So anyway, with that being said,
my name is
my
Brian.
name's Donnie.
We're out.
We're out.
Peace.
Later. Cheers. Bye.